Order from Chaos.
Order from Chaos,
which
right.
is it's where Jamie uses his tremolo.
Okay.
I think that's definitely, for me and Rory, like our favourite one.
I have no idea. Order from Chaos, like the chorus lyrics, I guess, would suggest that possibly it's similar sort of theme to Blackgate. A lot of the songs on the album do have similar sort of themes this time around. But no, I have no idea what she's on about.
Could chaos be a manifested being?
I guess so. If you project enough of it at yourself or someone else, maybe it would be quite normal looking but have no idea how to function towards anything worthwhile.
I think it's only Laura who ever has the answer. Order from Chaos. I mean, when someone says there's chaos going, it's like... So, to take an order, the actual chaos has given you this order.
Not an order from Chaos like a takeaway order.
No, not
Delivered by Chaos.
Yeah.
Just eat Chaos, just eat. Yeah.
Chaos pretty much saying, can you deliver this?
This midnight masala. Round to us immediately. Yeah.
I liked your interpretation, but that is not what it is. It's actually from Norse mythology. So it's the creation of the world. I was doing a bit of research on witches, came across the North Berwick witch trials. Probably got this completely wrong, but I think it's like 1560 or something like that, around about then. It was King James VI, and he'd married a princess from Denmark, so he cruised on over in a ship to collect his wife. But on their way back, the weather had turned really nasty and there was like serious storms and they had to take refuge in Norway, and they were waiting there for ages, and while they were there, the skipper had suggested to King James that some diplomat's wife in Denmark or Copenhagen somewhere had conjured a curse to cause a storm because he had bad-mouthed her at some point. There was like a whole witch hunt over there, and when King James came back, he decided that the storm had also been caused by some witches in North Berwick. So he started burning people for a laugh, basically. It's really scary actually, because if you think about it, it's like mass hysteria. People are just like imagining things. So imagine I remember being a teenager and you would like get hysterical about tiniest little things, and that's what people were doing, and point fingers at folk, and innocent folk were getting burned alive. You know where the castle is?
Yes.
And if you look down, all the way down the Royal Mile, which goes on forever. So what they used to do with people who were suspected witches were they used to cram them into a barrel at the top of the Royal Mile that was like studded with nails, and then roll them all the way down. It's like, if she's alive, she's obviously a witch, and if she's not, then she'll go to heaven because she's like, her soul will be clean. It's like, what the hell? Have you ever been to the Torture Museum in Prague? That is disturbing.
Terrifying.
I love, like pretty dark stuff, but walking around that, I think because you can watch films and you're like, that's not real, this is not real,
Yeah.
so you can kind of let it go past you.
Yeah.
But going into that place, you're like, all of these things were used on humans. It's fun, and yeah, you guys sing on it, and it was great fun watching. I got to sitting at that chair, pressing the button. It was brilliant.
Still good though, but it was just a bit like commitment to, even like tempo tracks and stuff like that. So totally indispensable stuff, blah blah blah. And then the next one's like Nicola Sturgeon on bass, just totally like bopping along. Or maybe she'd be better on drums. Get Corbin on bass. So who the fuck you'd have on guitar? So get pop guitars or something like that. Or just go the full hog and have vocals and backup vocals,
Because would Sturgeon play drums in a band with vocals?
I don't think so, no. I think it's unlikely. Yeah, it'd be a bad band, in many ways.
I mean, I'm hoping that this would politically unite the world.
Like some fucked up version of Wild Stallions.
Yeah.
I would say so.
The process of
Yeah.
songwriting.
Yeah,
'cause you're
for
right.
sure, for sure. I don't wear watches. So I play Natal drums. The snare drum is Mapex Exterminator 14 by 6.5. The actual kit is Maple 14 by 14 rack, 16 by 16 floor, 18 by 18, 22 by 16 on the kick. I could have got a 24. As cool as they are, and they do sound amazing, I think when it came down to the music I play, the 22 was just going to be the more honourable answer. And pasty cymbals, pasty. I always think I'm saying pasty. That's one way to get an endorsement. Now the drums are done, I've found peace, which is fucking amazing. Like being in the city all the time, and just constant with work and with all the band practices that have been coming up and every other piece of shit that goes on in your life. This is nice. This is quiet. No one's bothering me on my phone. There's no work to worry about. It's really, really cool.
How have I enjoyed Deep Star Productions? I've thought it was a really, really cool experience actually. I think the environment for where I was singing was perfect for making me feel quite relaxed. So having that separate room that was nice and airy with a big window at the back looking on the beautiful countryside was actually really, really nice, because normally you'd be stuck in a stinking practice room with mould everywhere, like close quarters with everybody is like, do it again, where having the glass and I don't know, it was just like the professional environment was really nice. So here I stand alone, waiting for my absolution. I don't sing anymore.
Sorry, I had to cut that in there.
That's class. The wee harmony bits are cool, like. Yeah, they're cool.
Oh,
It's a banging track, man.
What do you think, Jamie?
Where do we go from here?
Thanks for the interview.
Anytime, hasta la vista, baby.
My eyes to